Hey everyone, Steve here from My Crypto World. We've got a lot of news stories to get through, so let's get cracking. Okay everyone, as I said, we've got a lot of news articles to cover today, so let's get into it. Normally I make about 2 or 3 of these videos a week. This week I'm just doing this one. I've just got a fairly hectic week ahead of me. So let's get into what's happening in the market. Now, not a lot, to be honest with you. It hasn't done a great deal over the last 7 days. It has dropped a little bit, but nothing significant that for me, makes me concerned at all. About a week ago, we were sitting just under the $1.151 trillion mark, which is the purple line you can see on your screen there. That is a resistance line for the total market cap at the moment. And I mentioned that we could fall as low as 870 billion again before it finds support and moves back up from that. Now, at the moment, we're sitting just under a trillion. It's actually 951 billion right now, as this has been recorded. And I'm not overly concerned about it because right where it is at the moment, you can see that if we go back all the way over to, January 2021, we had a lot of sideways movement at this price range back in January 2021. So it may have found stability here. It still may drop, who knows? But at the moment, it's actually found some fairly strong stability. So I'm not overly concerned about it. If we have a look at Bitcoin, which is the big daddy of all the cryptos out there, again, we can see that a few weeks back it was heading towards its next resistance line, which is 28,000. It didn't quite get there. Ethereum powered through and got through a number of resistance lines. Bitcoin didn't quite make it. It has fallen back, but again, it's fallen back and has stabilized at the $20,000 mark or thereabouts. So you can see here that it was the orange line on the screen in front of you is a resistance line or a support line, depending if you're above or under the line. We currently are right on top of it, so at this stage it's considered to be a support line. And because it's right on the $20,000 mark and it's shown great resistance there before, in my professional opinion, and I've been wrong in the past, I don't believe it will fall any lower than 20,000, but if it does, it does. Everyone's got to take their own journey and take this information and work with it as to what you might want to do with your portfolio. For me personally, if this rises from here and goes up, I'll be very ecstatic. If this continues to fall and does drop down to its next resistance line, which is 12,000, I'd probably be looking to get more. I certainly wouldn't buy any as it was dropping. I'd be waiting for it to hit a resistance line of some sort. Again, just my financial plans of what I would do depending on where the market goes. Now let's jump over to some news stories because I've got an interesting article regarding Bitcoin. Now, this is from a guy I follow on Twitter called Altcoin Daily, and he has noted, let me just see if I can blow this up. Did that work? Yep. He has noted that Bitcoin wallet sizes, so any wallet that's got greater than 1 Bitcoin in it, has absolutely skyrocketed since probably near the end of January or early February, all the way up to where we are now, just as we're heading into October. Today is the 3rd of September. So while the market might have been falling, while Bitcoin has become cheaper than what it has been in the past, there are a lot of people out there who are taking advantage of that. It is just sitting, at the time this was printed, it was just sitting under 900,000 people have a Bitcoin wallet with greater than 1 Bitcoin in it. So really interesting. So a lot of people out there are getting involved in the cryptocurrency space. Now, some other news articles. Again, XRP, this one blew me away because it came out last week, but I didn't see it during the week, but I only just came across it this morning. And it states that the World Economic Forum actually confirms Ripple as an official partner. So, the United States really has to look at this SEC lawsuit carefully because the whole world is backing Ripple, and it tends to only be caught up in its in the throes of what's going on over in the United States. The article goes on to say that Ripple is developing and enabling future use cases that will catalyze the new digital economy for governments, businesses, and consumers. Not only is Ripple displayed on the WEF website, but they're also officially on the partners list. And there's the partners list there with Ripple. I don't know if you can see that on your screen in front of you, but Ripple are just listed just there. This is really surprising with all the stuff that goes on with the lawsuit that's currently happening. Brad Garlinghouse has actually even said that if they do lose the SEC battle, that they'll remove themselves completely and utterly from the United States. So the USA may get left behind when it comes to Ripple. Actually, Garlinghouse has actually put a number of quotes out in the market, and this is one of my favorite ones. This was back in 2020. He said, "We are going to drive a massive amount of demand for XRP because we're solving a multi-trillion-dollar problem." And he's absolutely right. So interesting news there with that partnership between XRP, or Ripple, I should say, and the World Economic Forum. In other news, we've got THETA, news about THETA. So THETA announces True VRS as the first metaverse partner for the THETA metachain. You've all heard me blast on about THETA in the past. It's one of my favorite cryptos. In fact, all the THETA, the three THETA coins are in my favorite portfolio. So that's THETA itself, tfuel, and T-drop as well. The article goes on to say that the True VRS is an immersive media platform for men to engage with practical self-knowledge and care focused on focused content across virtual editorial environments, experiences, worlds, NFTs, and e-commerce. By using VR, Web3, and blockchain technology, True VRS aims to reinvigorate and transform the world of men's editorial and share a new way to experience content in the metaverse. Building on recent announcement of Fuse Media as the first metachain partner, True VRS continues to expand the media and entertainment industry's adoption of the THETA blockchain. And then there's just a quote there from Mitch Liu. I think it was. Is it Mitch Liu? He's a bit further down the track. The quote goes to say that we couldn't be more excited to partner with THETA Labs as part of the launch of its next generation Mainnet 4 metachain, said True VRS CEO. Partnering with a leader in the blockchain space in media and entertainment is a crucial step for the continued development of the True VRS platform. It's equally essential for building our Web3 community-driven strategies powered by THETA Video, API, NFT marketplace, and other infrastructures. And Mitch Liu down here has stated that as a metachain launch partner, they will be deeply involved in the next evolution of the THETA blockchain. So another big partnership for THETA there. They've just keep collecting these whopping big companies who want to partner with them. As you probably know from my previous videos, you know, Google are on board, Sony are on board, Samsung are on board. There's just a stack of incredibly big companies that are partnering up with THETA. So another one there for them to collect. Now, when I had to read this article twice because I couldn't actually believe it. So Crypto.com, I spoke about them and some Australian news about that last week, saying that they have partnered with the AFL. And certainly there was a match on last night that I was watching between Melbourne and Sydney, and Crypto.com was advertised everywhere. So it certainly has moved ahead very quickly in that space. But this article is quite funny because Crypto.com accidentally transfers $10.5 million to a woman instead of transferring her only $100. What grabbed my attention was she's based in Melbourne, not too far away from where I live. So a Melbourne woman was accidentally transferred at $10.5 million instead of a $100 return. Now she has to pay it back. It's now been revealed the company accidentally transferred this money to a woman in Melbourne, Australia, when she was seeking only a $100 refund. It then took Crypto.com more than 7 months to realise the error. The crypto trading platform launched legal action in the Supreme Court against two sisters to get the money back. The court heard the company accidentally entered the account number in the payment field instead of the $100 refund. Talk about an error. Bloody hell. It happened in May last year, but the mistake was only discovered in a company audit just before Christmas. The property on the screen in front of you is the property the women bought in Craigieburn. That's about a 40-minute drive from here. When Crypto.com tried to recover the money, the cash had already been moved and used to buy a multi-million-dollar mansion. But now a judge has ordered the property to be sold, with the orders made for the remaining money to be returned. So I don't know if we'll hear any more on that, but it blew me away. It's incredible what human errors can sometimes achieve. I bet you they're spewing. Anyway. Now, the last two articles really relate to NFTs and what's happening in them. Now, I've spoken about NFTs in the past several times. At the moment, it's all about artwork, but I've spoken about the fact that NFTs in the future will actually drive a big change in our entire industry. Instead of receiving receipts when you're purchasing goods, you'll probably receive them as an NFT on the blockchain. So you'll always have a copy of your receipts digitally. It'll happen as you pay for your goods and services with your cryptocurrency as well. These two articles go on to expand around that. So the first one is Meta expands NFT integration into Facebook as well as Instagram. Meta is forging ahead with its NFT plans. The social media giant stated today that Facebook users will now be able to connect digital wallets to share their NFTs on the platform. Meta had previously declared that it would expand its NFT Instagram NFT integration pilot to 100 countries in Africa, Asia Pacific, the Middle East, and both North and South America. While today's announcement did not clarify which blockchains and wallets would be supported, Facebook's NFT integration will likely be the same as Instagram's. And if this is the case, it would mean that Rainbow, MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Coinbase Wallet, and Dapper Wallet would be connectable with accepted blockchains limited to Ethereum, Polygon, and Flow. So that's fairly big news for somebody as big as Facebook to announce they're going to go that way. Again, it was probably expected from that point of view because Instagram obviously is owned by Meta as well, and Instagram had already previously announced this. So it was only a matter of time before Facebook obviously jumped on board as well. And I'm sure they had a lot of work to do in the back end to get things right before making that announcement. Finally, from my point of view, the bigger NFT news story is really to do with Ticketmaster. Now, this was only released 2 days ago and took everyone, I think, by surprise because nobody knew it was even happening. The article goes on to say that Ticketmaster has quietly minted over 5 million NFTs in the last 6 months as part of a pilot program. Today, it announced plans to expand its initiative into the upcoming NFL season. So this is huge because if Ticketmaster are going to start issuing NFTs in the form of tickets, you'll have a digital copy of that NFT. It will pretty much wipe out scalping. I would imagine. It doesn't mean you can't sell your NFT to somebody else, but trying to create fake copies of tickets for sporting events, concerts, and whatever else they make tickets for is pretty much going to be eradicated if they can get this right. So anyway, the article does go on to say that ticketing giant Ticketmaster has formally entered the NFT space after a quiet, I would say incredibly quiet, 6-month pilot program. The event organisers using Ticketmaster will now be able to issue NFTs before, during, and after live events. According to the press release, Ticketmaster's goal is to unlock unique integrations throughout the fan journey. Ticketmaster has originally partnered with Polygon in 2021, we actually covered the story on that, to release a virtual ticket stub NFTs to NFL holders. This year, however, the company opted to adopt the Flow blockchain. It piloted that partnership with a collection of more than 70,000 NFTs given to Super Bowl LVI tickets. So LVI is Super Bowl 56, I think that is, tickets. The partnership is set to expand into this NFL season with plans to release NFTs to the attendees of 100 select games. While some NFTs are expected to come with various perks such as celebrity meetings or loyalty rewards, others will simply be a digital collectible. Ticketmaster has quietly rolled out NFT functionality over the last 6 months, reportedly minting more than 5 million NFTs during that period. Acts and organisers in the pilot program have included the Apollo Theatre, rock band The Black Crowes, and singer-songwriter Gavin DeGraw. Now, that's really exciting because from a fan's point of view, if you happen to purchase an NFT ticket to go and see somebody live, and you know that there might be a 1% chance that your ticket or your NFT might hold something exclusive such as a backstage pass or maybe some merchandise like a t-shirt or a hat or something like that, that's going to drive adoption into the NFT space very rapidly. So I think it's fantastic. Finally, it goes on to say that Flow is a blockchain built and backed by Dapper Labs, which has achieved substantial success in the NFT market through its emphasis on sports and sports-themed memorabilia. Dapper Labs projects include NBA Top Shots, NFL All Day, and UFC Strike. The Flow token is up 7.5% on the news of this partnership. So, I know there hasn't been a great deal of news out there regarding NFTs, and when the market's dropping or has been going down or sideways for quite a while, NFTs are sort of aren't on the hot topic of everyone's list at the moment. It's more about what the hell's going on with the actual market. But this just goes to show you that NFTs are far from dead, and you're going to see more and more adoption of the NFT blockchain technology as companies around the world start adopting to this. As I said earlier, we're very early in this space, and you just be thankful you're in it at the moment. I can guarantee you in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, you'll be looking back and saying, my goodness, we got in so early, and good on you for doing so. Anyway, that's the end of today's discussion. If you've got any comments, please drop them in the comments section below. If you could hit like if you found this content useful, and subscribe if you want to be told about or know about future videos that I drop onto YouTube. As I said earlier, this is the only video I'll be doing this week. I've got a fairly hectic week ahead of me. So until next week, take care of yourselves and each other. We'll speak soon. Cheers.